What's up, people? This is Nature Girl 30 here, and I just saw Vengeance, and oh my goodness, that was a great pay-per-view. Starting off with the tag team titles, honestly, I liked it. I liked this match. It was fair. It was really high-paced. I mean, Air Boom was really in sync. Even Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger, they did their best to keep up, but they actually kept up, and everything was in sync and flowing smoothly. I honestly gotta give props to Dolph Ziggler, because Dolph Ziggler definitely pulled a double tonight, and he did it well. Not only was the tag team match really good, I was highly impressed with him. The fact that I know how fatigued he looked, and he had like this curly hair like Orphan Annie, like a blonde Orphan Annie. But either or, he pulled off that match, and he even though he received help in order to retain his titles, he actually did a good job trying to keep the match up. But one thing I will say about it is that, just like in my predictions, I really wasn't sure which way to go. It depended on which match came first and which match he would win. He ended up losing the tag team titles and ended up retaining his U.S. title. So there you go from there. I mean, there you go. But anyway, moving on from there, let's go to the Sheamus versus Christian match. Now, like any other match that Christian is in, Christian is going to make you work. He's not just going to give it to you. He is going to make you work for it. Sheamus was as ready as a beet by the time that match was over. And honestly, I loved it. Christian always delivers when it comes to his matches. Even if he loses, he still delivers. And Sheamus ended up taking that, just like I predicted before. So that's one for me. But either or, moving on from there. Going on to Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. Kind of saw this coming. We all knew that if the IC Championship was not for grabs and Cody Rhodes would not win, Randy Orton ended up winning. It was a very medium-paced match. I didn't really enjoy it as much as I thought I would, but it wasn't bad in some spots. I'm not saying it was a horrible match. It wasn't horrible. It was just medium-paced, and it was just kind of nah. It was a meh match. But either or, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I'm not downing it. I'm not downgrading it or anything. It was a pretty good match. CM Punk and Triple H versus Awesome Truth. Yeah. I was wrong. This was one of the matches that I was wrong about. One out of 3 of the night. So this is the first match that I was wrong about. I honestly thought that Triple H was going to win because Triple H was actually in it. I thought he was going to win. He was going to win. They were going to dominate. Boom, feud over. Blah, blah, blah. I was wrong. Kevin Nash ended up interfering in it, and he ended up losing. Who would ever thought that Kevin Nash would still be a part of the Triple H feud? I thought it was long gone since he got fired and all. But I guess not. It's probably something we're going to hear on Raw. But Triple H ended up losing. Awesome Truth ended up winning. I was wrong for the night. One thing I was wrong about for tonight. Another thing that I was wrong about was the World Heavyweight Championship match. Now, I was looking forward to this match since it was announced. And I have every reason to. 2 big giant behemoths going at it. The Big Show gave it his all. Mark Henry looked like he was practically shocked. But he gave it his all as well. But in the end, Mark Henry pulled a Big Show versus Brock Lesnar move and superplexed him off the top rope and completely demolished the ring. The ring collapsed to the point where they both had to be dragged out in a stretcher. Well, actually, Big Show had to be dragged out in an electric stretcher because of his foot being all busted up. And Mark Henry, not even knowing where he was at, fighting everybody, could barely stand up, had to be carried out of the ring. So no one won. So that was one thing that shocked me. And a second thing I was wrong about. The third thing that I was wrong about was the John Cena versus Alberto Del Rio match for the WWE Championship Last Man Standing match. Who would have ever thought that they were fighting a broken ring? Like, I knew they wouldn't have a chance to repair. I mean, that junk's live. Do you think they would honestly have time to repair it? No. But either or, that was a spectacular match. I'm actually happy that match was the main event because it was quite entertaining. We all know that John Cena can take a lot of hard knocks from being in the last man standing match. He definitely did. But when Awesome Truth came out, beat the crap out of him, and then Alberto Del Rio hit him in the head with a belt, he wasn't getting up. He stayed down. Unfortunately, he lost, and Alberto Del Rio retained his title. That was one of the matches that I really hoped I was wrong, because I thought it was going to actually go toward, the Rock versus Cena feud with him actually having the belt. Well, that didn't happen. But it was it was a great match. It was an awesome match. Alberto Del Rio definitely gave it his all. This was his first last man standing match that he practically, I'm not going to say he dominated in, but he pulled out all stops. And it was a great match at that. My goodness. The matches of the night were great. They were not. Some of them were at a medium pace, like the Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes match. But honestly, all the matches were really good. I was really entertained and highly impressed with some of them, especially the fact that I couldn't even predict half of them. I ended up missing 3 out of the 8 matches that actually came around. Never really predicted that either. But honestly, I liked it. I have to give this match, I have to give this pay-per-view a definite A for the night. Now, the reason why I'm giving it an A is because there were so many twists and turns leading on towards the end of the match. Not all of them were predictable. And even if they were predictable, they definitely kept you on your feet. They kept you cheering, screaming at the screen, which is what I was doing. It definitely made you emotionally invested in this pay-per-view. Like, you literally want to see somebody you didn't even cheer for ever win. And before I go, big ups to the guy in the front row wearing the "We Hate Cena" shirt when John Cena is staring at it. That takes some serious balls right there, man. Props to you, homeboy. That was awesome. Not that I'm hating on Cena, but the fact you have the balls to walk up in there is big ups to you, man. But anyway, this is the Nature Girl 30 signing off for the night for a great pay-per-view. See you on Raw.